Hi, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life. And we are on week 46, day 5 of our positive, peaceful affirmations that we are doing every day, Monday through Friday. We are following Dr. Susan Lawton's book, Positive Peaceful Growth Calendar, that you can buy at Aroma Tools or Oil Light. And what is that? And if you love positive affirmations, if you love music therapy, and you love essential oils and aromatherapy, you're going to absolutely love this book. Sorry, I got distracted by whatever noise that was. The book is so simple in its layout. It's simple in its format, but it is so profound in the changes it can help us affect in our lives. When I think about positive affirmations, I think there is so much negativity out in the world. We get negativity sometimes, just sometimes, from our family. Maybe we get negativity sometimes from our friends. Maybe we're giving negativity sometimes to ourselves. Maybe we get some negativity from our boss or from the other people at work, or even maybe we get some negativity on just social media, or even just media in general. All the commercials that say that so many commercials geared to women basically have that, and maybe to men as well, but to women especially, are like, hey, you're not pretty enough, you need this mascara, you're not, your house isn't clean enough, you need this product. And so we can get negativity from so many other places. It's good to be intentional with how we nourish ourselves, and how we think about ourselves, and how we get back to how beautiful we are, how awesome we are, how good we are, how powerful we are to affect change in ourselves and in our families and in the world. We need that specific time to nourish our body, to come back to a more clear perspective of who we are. It's kind of like so many of these other things are kind of like looking in the mirror. Oh, Mom, you're so mean, you made me clean my room. Well, is that really an accurate mirror? No, it's not an accurate mirror. I think it's a healthy mom. It's the good mom that is saying, hey, you need to get your chores done before you can go play. But whatever it is, whatever outside influences might have a different perspective on you, or however you think about yourself, I'm just here to say we are all children of God, and so we should feel good about ourselves. And if we don't, let's do the emotional work. Let's do the intellectual work to get back into a space where we are loving ourselves. And do I think positive affirmations can help? Absolutely. Do I think that music therapy can help? Yes, I do. Do I think that aromatherapy and essential oils can help? Can be just another tool in our toolkit to help us, to help in how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about others, the work that we can do. Yes, I do. Essential oils are powerful. So, the affirmation for this entire week that we're talking about is, I am consciously forgiving myself and others. And what do you have to do to consciously forgive someone? You kind of have to say, okay, you have to notice an instant. Sometimes we just feel grumpy towards someone. And we're like, why do I even feel grumpy toward them? And then you're like, okay, let me do some emotional work here. Let me work through why I feel grumpy toward that person. And then let's solve it. Let's not just leave the grumpiness in our bodies to hurt us and to hurt our relationship with that other person. Let's not do that. let's release it. Let's solve it. Let's have those loving conversations, and solve things. Anyway, so yes, I'm consciously forgiving myself of others. And myself and others. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. Like, if I had to do a 10-page list of my imperfections, I probably could. Could I do a 10-page list of my virtues and my attempts at goodness? I could do that too. And I hope that you could do a 10-page list of your virtues and your attempts at goodness. Anyway, but are we always perfect? No. And so when we're not, yes, we have to forgive ourselves. And sometimes we're the hardest ones that we have to forgive, right? Sometimes we can forgive others and we let it go, and we then think of them as beautiful and wonderful and kind. And sometimes we'll do something and we're like, oh, you did that? You're always going to be that way, right? You're just a bad person, or you're just whatever it is. Anyway, can we just forgive ourselves? Let's not keep what we did yesterday with us today. Let's not keep what we did last week or last month or last year or 12 decades. Well, maybe not 12 decades ago, but 5 decades ago, whatever. And let's work through that and release it. So how can you forgive yourself, right? Well, we're going to repent. We're going to repent. And we're gonna say what was wrong. We're gonna say what we should have done, and we're gonna see how we can make that better. And that's how we forgive others too. We're gonna be honest with our feelings. We're gonna be authentic, and we're gonna go to them and say, "Hey, I don't think you meant to hurt my feelings on this, but can I just open up and be vulnerable with you right now? And can I just share how what you did affected me?" In the scriptures, Christ says that if someone has offended us, that we should go to them, not to everyone else gossiping about it, but go to them and say, "Hey, this is how what you did affected me, and can we have a coming together? Can we heal what was hurt?" And you know what? Maybe some people aren't in the mood. Some people may not be in the mood to heal what's hurt, and you know what? We're going to forgive them anyway, because we don't need that poison in our bodies. We don't need that poison in our emotions, and we don't need that hurt. And I'm not the expert on how to forgive, that's for sure. Go to your religious leader on how to forgive. I love General Conference talks for that topic. I'm definitely a student. I could say I'm a long time student of forgiveness. And sometimes I think that forgiveness is just a miracle, because there's some things we just can't forgive without God's help. Maybe you're better than me. You probably are. But there are just some things that we can't forgive without God's help. And as we pray for forgiveness, ability to forgive ourselves, ability to forgive others, we will be blessed with that ability. I just have a testimony of that. So the affirmation for the whole entire week is forgiving ourselves and others, giving that kindness to ourselves and everyone, getting that poison out from ourselves and everyone too, giving ourselves a second chance, giving other people second chances, right? Okay. The affirmation for today is, I forgive others for being unaware of how I can be loved. I'm going to repeat that again because I think it's so important, so profound. Anyway, but I can forgive others for being unaware of how I can be loved. And you know what? I'm going to say this even if you've told them. Even if you told them, even if we've told them, and even if we said, hey, you know what? Blue hydrangea flowers are my favorite flower of all time. And they don't get those for us. Even if we say, oh, you know what? It just makes my heart sing when you kiss me goodbye in the morning, and maybe they just continue to go off to work without kissing us goodbye. We're just going to let that go. We're going to let that go. We're going to try to be followers of Christ, who, even on the cross, as he was being crucified, he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. So I'm just going to guess that we're not perfect. We can't be like Christ in everything, but we can strive every day to be more like him. And that means being forgiving other people around us if they aren't mind readers and don't know how to love us, or if they for whatever reason choose not to read the book that we've written for them on how to love us. We're going to forgive them. I really feel like if people knew how important something was to someone else, it would get done more. So perhaps even if we've been told, we don't fully understand the importance. And maybe that's why certain people aren't doing certain things. Who knows? We're not going to be the judge of that. We don't need that responsibility to be the judge of it. We're going to leave that to God, who is all-knowing and all-loving and all-kind. Anyway, so forgiving others for not knowing perfectly how to love on us is the affirmation for today. The music, the song for the entire week is I Hear a Symphony from the Supremes. Now, I'm actually thinking of a few more songs when it comes to loving someone the way they want to be loved. And I will put those in the comments for you. Check them out if you have a favorite song on loving someone the way they want to be loved. Go ahead, put it in the comments. We would love to hear from you. Okay, the diffuser blend that we've been diffusing the whole entire week is 2 drops of Siberian fir, the oil of aging and perspective, and 2 drops of cilantro I'm sorry, I said 2 drops. That is not what I meant to say. 1 drop only of cilantro, which is the oil of releasing control, which makes me laugh because cilantro is such an overpowering oil when it comes to blends. So if you're using it in a roller bottle blend, or if you're using it just in a diffuser blend, you're going to basically want to cut back probably on the cilantro. It's a very powerful, pungent oil, but I love it when it's diffused. And then you can do 2 to 3 drops of lavender, which is the oil of communication and contemplation, right? Just that calm. If I had to do another oil, I would say communication, calmness, and contemplation, because it just calms us down. It gives, and everyone knows when we're calm, we think better. We're in our prefrontal cortex, and we are making better decisions, and we are seeing things with a clearer perspective. And so just loving that combination of the Siberian fir, cilantro, and the lavender for this week. Now, so there's usually just like 2 to 3 oils in the diffuser blend of the week, but that gives us some extra days, right, to talk about some other oils that aren't in the book, at least not the edition that I have of this book. So, and the one that I want to talk about today is an oil by doTERRA. Well, you know I love doTERRA, but it's called Harvest Spiced, and it's not available all the time. It's usually only available as we're heading into the fall. Now, children have gone back to school. I don't know whether you're homeschooling or pod schooling or co-oping or public schooling, private schooling, charter schooling. All those are great choices. Maybe you're not schooling at all, right? But if you have someone who's schooling, Harvest, or even if you don't, Harvest Spiced is going to be a great blend to you. It's actually called the Gathering Blend. And I think we're going to understand a little bit more why by the end of the shout out, when I'm going through the specific oils in here, see now, why would this be a gathering blend? Why would this be a beautiful blend to be diffusing as people gather? Okay, so we're going to hop into the essential oils in Harvest Spice. Here's a little bit more about the oil. So Harvest Spice is perfect for celebrating wonderful memories while gathering with loved ones and enjoying the warm and comforting aroma of the Harvest Spice blend. It's heartwarming and heartwarming. First clue on gathering blend and inviting. This proprietary blend combines the sweet and spicy of cassia, clove, nutmeg, and cinnamon with the soothing of cedarwood and the fresh, uplifting oil of eucalyptus. Enjoy by diffusing this delicious blend daily and experience the rich, grounding aromas of the season of giving thanks. Don't we love this fall? We're in the fall. We're going into the autumn. I guess we're not in the fall yet because by calendar, it doesn't start till September 20th or 21st, right? It starts at the autumnal, not the equinox. Anyway, yeah, right? The vernal equinox and the autumnal equinox. I had to go back to my astronomy. Anyway, so that's when the days are equal, right? At the vernal equinox in March, that's when you have equal light and equal darkness. And at the autumnal, anyway, you know how to say it, I don't. Anyway, at that equinox in the fall, that's when you have those equal lights, equal hours of day and light, and then we start to have less light. And as that happens, as we're gathering in from our gardens and we're kind of gathering memories from the year, we have this incredible opportunity to give thanks and to come together and to celebrate the beauty of the year, the fruits of our labors. And so Harvest Spice, it's a perfect gathering blend. It's a perfect thankful blend. So, Harvest Spice helps to bring the cozy, inviting aromas of fall into the home for the season. Diffuse throughout the home to boost mood during seasonal changes. Add 1 to 2 drops into a homemade fall potpourri if you like that. I am simple. I just like putting it in my diffuser and pushing the start button. Take a moment to inhale the aroma of Harvest Spice for an uplifting fall scent. So here are you heard what the oils are: the cassia, clove, nutmeg, cinnamon, cedarwood, and eucalyptus. I'm going to go into the physical and emotional properties of each of those oils so that we better understand the uses and the gifts of this blend. So, starting with cassia, which is the oil of self-assurance. When I think, okay, you're going to have cassia and cinnamon in here, they actually both look very, very similar, but and they have a lot of similar characteristics. So I almost want you to think of cinnamon as like the big brother and cassia as the spicy little sister, the sweeter, spicier little sister. Anyway, but both are oils that are amazing for self-confidence. Cassia's nickname is actually the oil of self-confidence, and cinnamon's nickname is the oil of like pursuing your passion, which you need a lot of confidence to do. The way I remember cinnamon is like the Superman of oils. It's like you want to put cinnamon on or diffuse it when you just need that Superman. You need to be strong. You need to be confident. You need to be in charge. Anyway, so that's cinnamon. But going back to cassia. So both of them come from the bark of a tree, and they do look a little bit different. I'm sorry, I'm not going to have pictures right here to show you the differences of cassia and cinnamon, but you can look them up online. Basically, most of the spices that we get in the United States that we think are cinnamon are actually not cinnamon, they're actually cassia. So just a tip on that one. Cassia is high in cinnamaldehyde, which is great for killing different strains of bacteria. The Chinese used it for digestive complaints like diarrhea or nausea. Cassia, like others in the cinnamon family, is a powerful oxidizer. It's helpful for those who just have aches and pains, whether that's aches and pains from a hard day of exercise or a long day of being on their feet, or just aches and pains that can come with growing older. Cassia can help with that. Cassia is very, very effective for those dark days when you just feel like, or months or years, where you just feel like a dark cloud is hanging over you and you're just like, you're just waiting for the sun to shine. It can help bust the stress, and it can leave the body feeling warm and tranquil. So cassia, with its cinnamic aldehyde, a component that has been studied and is known to alleviate stress-inducing behaviors and conditions. So the emotional benefits of cassia are for people who are shy and they tend to hold back. Maybe they hold back at parties. Maybe they hold back in business circles or in the business arena. Maybe they hold back with their families in expressing their true, who they are really. Cassia is amazingly supportive for people like that. Cassia can help us get rid of fear and replace it with confidence, self-confidence. It can help get rid of the negative self-talk that we get in our heads. Everyone has to constantly, maybe not constantly, but consistently just push that negative self-talk out of our head. It's good for those who display fewer emotions. It's good for those who are rigid and inflexible in their thinking, and consequently are rigid and inflexible in our bodies. You know, there is a mind-body connection. There's a there's a body-emotional connection. And actually, the more we are moving our bodies, the easier it is for us to work through our emotions. And actually, the easier it is for us to work through our mental things too. Like maybe you're going to school. It's actually really good. You know, when you're on a college campus and you're walking from one building to another, it's actually really, really good for us because it helps us digest all that information that we've been given. If you feel like you're emotionally stuck, or if you're trying to learn a lot intellectually, make sure you're exercising. Make sure you're moving your body so that can help you in working through and digesting everything. And cassia can help us find new solutions to old problems, or even to look at old issues in a different light. Cassia is a warming oil, and we know that almost every single warming oil is also an aphrodisiac. So it's a great oil when you're to diffuse, when you're trying to bring on some romance, or even when you're trying to just bring on friendships. If you're feeling cold-hearted, or if there are others in your area who want to give you the cold shoulder, cassia would be a great oil to put on or diffuse to defrost some of that coldness. Again, it's a warming oil. Now, are you going to want to put cassia oil straight onto your body? No, it's a warm oil, so you're going to want to dilute it. And the cassia in here, if you were going to put it on your body, you would also want to be diluting the harvest spice too. I would say it's recommended at least 10 drops of carrier oil to 1 drop of harvest spice. I would probably dilute a lot more. I would probably do like 2 to 3 drops of harvest spice into like a tablespoon or 2 of coconut oil, you know, whatever carrier oil you like to put on. Cassia can help create emotional flow and intellectual flow. It can help us when we're having a hard time feeling safe, because it's a tree oil. Okay, so, and it actually comes from the bark of the tree. And that's one of the things you need to know. It's so good to understand where on the plant are we getting these oils, because it actually has some effect on how they're used emotionally and physically. And so the cassia, both cassia and cinnamon, come from the bark of the tree. Well, what does the bark do? It protects the tree. And so we know that cassia is going to be, and cinnamon are going to be, emotionally protective oils, physically protective oils. Cassia is great for those who operate from a worldview of scarcity, and to help them switch to a worldview to seeing the world as abundant. Oh, from going from, oh no, I don't have enough, to, you know what? there's enough and to spare. I can release the worry on that. There's enough love and to spare. There's enough wealth and to spare. There's enough resources and to spare. God set up this world, and I feel like he set it up with everything that he knew his children would need and even more. Okay, the negative emotions that Cassie addresses are feeling embarrassed, are feeling the need to hide something, being fearful, feeling humiliated, feeling insecure, judged, or shy, or worthless. And so if those emotions are connecting with you, I think you're going to really love and be supported by the Cassia in this harvest blend. The positive properties that Cassia nourishes is feeling courageous, self-assured, unashamed, confident, valued, and having an easier time presenting our authentic selves with the world, right? Not needing to, going from a place of needing to hide to saying, I'm okay, and life is good. I know that you will love me when I present my authentic self to you. The next oil that I want to talk about in this blend, and I'm talking about them in the order that they are in the blend, is clove, which is the oil of boundaries. Now, clove comes from the buds of the flowers. They actually pick the flowers when they're just buds, and then they dry them, and then they make essential oil out of those of those buds, the flower buds. Here are some of the physical gifts of clove. It's also a warming oil. Remember at the first, I was like, these are the 4 warming oils in here. And it's great. Clove bud is great to rub on after you've been exercising, when you have sore muscles, achy hands or knees, or any type of discomfort. If you're doing straight clove, you'd want 1 drop into 2 tablespoons of coconut oil or carrier oil. I would probably, since clove isn't the only oil in this, I would do like 2 to 3 drops into like 2 tablespoons of coconut oil and then rub that on. Clove supports healthy circulation. It supports a healthy immune system. You can definitely put a couple of drops of clove. It's an amazing painkiller. Clove is full of antioxidants. It's great to use in the early stages of illness to help kill the germs, and then it's great to use in the recovery stages of an illness to help rebuild energy, help rebuild that immune system and stamina. Clove is supportive to the endocrine system. It supports the digestive system too. So it's great for diarrhea, indigestion, motion sickness, bloating, and flatulence or nausea. Clove is supportive to memory, which is great when you're getting people together and just talking about all the fun memories that you've had together. And then clove is also really good to put on rewards, and you'll find, and so is cinnamon and cassia, and so clove and nutmeg, they're all such potent germ killers that putting that on a wart and putting it on putting a bandage over that would be perfect. Clove here are some of the emotional benefits of clove. So it helps us set healthy boundaries. I want you to think, when you think of clove, I just want you to think of a stop, not on my watch, right? Whether that's emotionally immune, like germs, you just stay away, or whether that's us setting the healthy boundaries that we need. And when I talk to you about healthy boundaries, I wanted to mention 2 things. One is it can help us just be compassionate. It's a warming oil, so it's going to be a friendshipy, compassion building oil, but it's also going to have like that boundary that, you know what, I love you and I'm sorry you're having those problems. I can't wait to see how you're going to fix them, because I know you're smart, I know you're competent, and I know you're going to do that. If you need help, let me know, but I know you've got this. And it's going to kind of help us have that greater ability to not take on everyone's problems, not solve their problems for them, and not not get pulled into other people's bad moods either. Like, that's a big one. Like, you could have Mr. Grumpy Pants or Mrs. Grumpy Pants, you know, in your area, but we don't have to be grumpy. Like, I do think that moods sometimes are catching, right? And if people are negative or grouchy or grumpy, that could affect the whole family. But we have something now that we can be like, no way, I'm not getting pulled into that. I'm not getting pulled into that mood. Okay, so then the other thing I wanted to say on setting boundaries is that, can we just spend just a minute talking about the difference between perfect and healthy? Okay, now, okay, when I think of perfect, I almost think of Stepford Wives, the book. I don't know if you've ever read the book. I do think it is actually a very dark book, but I think that there's some value in reading it too. So you're gonna have to make up your own mind on that book. But here's the concept that I want to say. What would the perfect mom do? What would a child think that the perfect mom would do? Well, a child would think that the perfect mom, like their ideal mom, gave them ice cream for breakfast and cleaned their room and made their bed and did their chores for them. And the perfect mom had parties at the house all the time and let them do anything they want, let them stay up as long as they want or stay out as long as they want. What child wouldn't want that? Can I just do what I want, right? Okay. And we're going to just put that little perfect mom on the shelf right here for just a minute. And we're going to talk about the healthy mom. What does the healthy mom do? Well, the healthy mom fixes delicious meals, and probably the healthy mom teaches their children and the rest of their family members to fix delicious meals too. The healthy mom doesn't do everyone's chores. The healthy mom says, hey, we're a family, we're on this together, and we're gonna all learn to do all of the chores. We're going to learn that, and we're going to do them. We're going to take turns doing the laundry. We're going to take turns, washing the dishes and cleaning the counters and cleaning out the fridge. We're going to take turns vacuuming and cleaning the bathroom, scrubbing the toilets. We're going to take turns. That's more of what the healthy mom does. The healthy mom says, you know what, we're gonna set limits on the media that comes into our home and the amount of time that you get to have screen time. And the healthy mom the perfect mom might say, oh yes, I can always do that for you. But the healthy mom has boundaries and says, you know what, I need some time for myself too. And so, I'm going to do stuff for me too, right? Heavenly Father and Christ, and I'm not trying to speak for Heavenly Father and in Christ, okay? That's not my, what I'm trying to do here. But from my understanding of what they said is the first commandment is to love God, but the second commandment is to love other people like you love yourself, right? And as you love yourself. And so that doesn't mean that you put your neighbor or your husband or your child higher than you. You have to love yourself too to have something to give. Anyway, so we're creating the boundaries, and then we can go into the perfect wife. And the perfect wife always has her hair perfect, her makeup perfect, it's always the perfect size, whatever that size is, right? Always has perfect meals on the table, and always has a house perfectly clean. Well, is that the healthy wife? I don't think so. I think the healthy wife prioritizes and says, again, the house is everyone's. Let's have everyone clean it, and the meals, everyone eats the meals. Let's have everyone know how to cook them and take their turn. And you know what? We all want to look beautiful, but there might be some other things that we feel are more important. Maybe gardening and bringing our own food. Maybe homeschooling. Maybe going to church and whatever. We all have to set where are our priorities, and the healthy mom, the healthy wife, the healthy individual does that. So we're getting out of the perfect mom. We're going into the healthy mom. We're getting out of we're getting out of the perfect husband or wife, and we're getting back into the healthy husband or wife, and we're getting into being healthy as a person. And in order to do that, we actually need to set and keep healthy boundaries. And clove can help us do that. I know that's a long spiel on what clove can do, but I love clove for that reason. Clove is very warming. It helps to open the heart. It's literally heartwarming. It helps us to look beyond our own needs and look to other people, but it also helps us see our own needs are important too. We need to be loving. Who else is our best friend? Like, if we're not our best friend, of course, God, right? God would be our best friend, but besides that, we should be our own best friend. Anyway, because it's warming, it can help create feelings of cooperation and courage. Again, warming oils are aphrodisiac, so it can bring on the friendship, can bring on the romance. Clove can help us feel more secure in our sexuality. Clove can remind us that romances and friendships need nurturing. Clove can help bring out repressed emotions so we can process them and let them go. It can help us learn from past suffering. It can help us heal from past hurts. Clove can help move us forward to new experiences, with enthusiasm and new possibilities, with new hope. Clove is stimulating to the mind. It can help stop power struggles. Again, putting up some healthy boundaries here. It can help us hold our ground so we don't buy into unhealthy compromises. Again, clove can protect too from just negative and dark energy. It can help lift us out of darkness and see the sad parts of life, but still be in a state of optimism and light. There is a lot of darkness in life. There's a lot of sadness in life. There's a lot of trauma in life, but we can still stay in a place of happiness and optimism, knowing that in the end, God will make everything right. So clove is a great oil to use in creating and sustaining a positive outlook and attitude. The negative emotions that clove helps address is having a victim mentality. Which people who don't have boundaries, they do. They have that victim mentality because they're like, oh, you broke my boundary. And a person's like, well, why didn't you just tell me what you wanted, right? Anyway, it helps you get out of the victim mentality, feeling defeated, feeling dominated, feeling enslaved, having a fear of rejection, feeling intimidated, feeling controlled, or being codependent. So, clove, the positive properties that clove helps to bring in is feeling empowered, feeling settled, and setting and keeping healthy boundaries, feeling protected, feeling courageous, having an easier time acting independently. Now, I said that slow because I think that we're amazing creatures of creation. We don't need to react to everything. We are not victims. We are creators. We are children of God. He's the ultimate creator, and we create, and we create the words, the thoughts we think, the words we speak, the actions we do. We own them, and we can't blame other people for, oh, you made me hit you, or whatever else that people tend to blame anything on. No. I only said that because I was only mean to you because you were mean to me. No, that's not flying. We're not two anymore, right? We are owning our own words, our own actions, our own thoughts. We are masters of our ship. Anyway, okay. It helps us feel more again, set and keep healthy boundaries, feel protected, feel courageous, have an easier time acting independently, feel more capable, feel more proactive, and have an easier time acting with integrity from our heart being seen. Okay, eucalyptus. This is not the warming oil, so kind of going away from the warming oils for a minute, is the oil wellness and is made from the leaves. Well, what do leaves do for us? Or what, well, not for us, but what do leaves do for plants? They breathe. They breathe. And they also make the energy in the plant, okay? And so leaves are going to help us breathe, which is taking in and letting out. Taking in and letting out, okay? Eucalyptus is famous for how well it supports our respiratory system, how well it supports easy breathing. Now, who doesn't want easy breathing? If you have, it's an expectorant, so if you have gunk in your lungs, it can help get it out. It can help open up your airways if you're having difficult breathing. Some people have that difficulty breathing when they exercise. Some people have difficulty breathing when they get afraid or who knows what. It's great for seasonal discomfort, like when you're coughing, sneezing, watery eyes in the spring or the fall. It's great to relieve sinus congestion in your lungs. It's great to put in the shower. So could you eucalyptus in this? Could you actually put the harvest spice into your shower, turn your shower on, and just breathe in that wonderful aroma? Yeah, you can. And you could put the harvest spice on either side of your nose to help open up your airways. Eucalyptus is an antioxidant. Hold on. Eucalyptus is great too. I usually put page numbers on this. I forgot to this time. I hope I don't get lost. Anyway, the eucalyptus is great to add to massage blends for sore muscles, sore hands or knees. Do you see how many of the oils in this harvest spice are pain-killing oils? The cassia, the cinnamon, the eucalyptus. What it does physically, it also does emotionally, okay? Eucalyptus is antiseptic and it can help get rid of airborne bacteria when diffused. You can put harvest spice in like a spray bottle. Use it to clean your counters, all the germ-killing oils in this bottle. Use it to clean out your trash cans. Some of those are stinky, right? Clean them out first, but then spray it down and wipe it down. Use it to clean your bathrooms. And then eucalyptus, one of the other things that it can do is actually mice and rats don't like eucalyptus, and eucalyptus is in this harvest spice. So you could put 5 drops of this eucalyptus in a spray bottle, spray around windows, your doors, your openings, and you can put like a few drops of harvest spice onto cotton balls and put that around where you may have seen mice in the past, to say, hey, this is not your home. Go somewhere else. Okay, emotionally, eucalyptus can help with your breathing. Your breathing helps your body know whether you are... Caleb, how am I doing on my battery for my phone, please? Eucalyptus helps us, our breathing helps our body know, okay, perfect, how we are doing, whether we're stressed. If we're stressed, our breath tends to get a little bit more shallow. When we are relaxed, our breathing tends to become a little bit more deep, a little bit more slow. Eucalyptus can help in helping to open up our breathing, can help us just calm down and relax. When we get more breathing, when our respiratory system is functioning better and our breathing is functioning better, we actually get more oxygen to our brain, which can help us calm down too and help us have better thinking. Eucalyptus is great to use in yoga, so try harvest spice. If you've never used harvest spice, you can definitely put it in a spray bottle and use it to clean off your yoga mat, right? Killing those germs. But you can also use it as just as I'm smelling it with a top on, the eucalyptus in here and the cedarwood in here are just calming oil. So use it in your meditation, use it in your yoga practice. Because the eucalyptus in this harvest spice is so supportive of our lungs. Now again, the lungs are where in Chinese medicine we store our sadness and our grief. On the other hand, the healthy energy, or I think it's pronounced qi, Qi, is that qi? Anyway, in our lungs is associated with clear thinking and openness to new ideas and communication. So as we're using the eucalyptus in this beautiful harvest spice blend, we are clearing out some of that sadness. We're becoming a little bit more open-minded. We're starting to think a little bit more clearly. The eucalyptus in here can help us more fully breathe in the things in life. As you're diffusing this harvest spice, you can just sit there for just even 30 seconds and just say, I'm breathing in the good. I'm breathing out the negative or the bad. You choose your choice of words. You can say, I'm breathing in that which serves me. I'm attracting that which serves me, and I'm letting go of that which no longer serves me. I'm letting go of that which has made me sad. I'm letting go of that which maybe has made me angry in the past. Just breathing out what no longer serves us. The eucalyptus it's a happy oil. It's a happy, uplifting oil. It reminds us to enjoy life. The eucalyptus can help us face our problems straight on. Not that we're not seeing what's going on, right? We're going to see what's going on, and we're not going to just sweep it under the rug. We're going to address it with the hope that things can be better. Eucalyptus encourages us to be steadfast and tap into our inner strength and to find our survival spirit. It's great to use in cleaning your space. Maybe there's been an argument or some type of negativity. Maybe there's been some profound sadness in the home. It can help clear out all of that. It's great for people who have problems expressing themselves. It's great for those who have problems with telling the truth. It's great to promote feelings of steadfastness and confidence in the self. It strips away our doubts and our abilities, and it removes hesitation. So the negative properties that eucalyptus can address is those who have an attachment to feeling sick. Maybe, you know what, the only time I ever get a break is when I have a cold, when I can nurture myself really. We don't need to go there anymore. It can help with those who feel clingy. It can help with those who are defeated, despairing, or who have a desire to escape the responsibilities of life. It can help those who feel imprisoned and those who feel powerless to heal. And the positive properties that are nurtured are feeling more energetic, knowing that we can be healed, knowing that everything will eventually be healed in time with God. It can help people act with greater integrity. It can help with us feeling liberated. That eucalyptus, that beautiful opening scent, can help us feel more liberated. Help us take more on the responsibility for our own lives. Stop blaming others for the way our lives are, and knowing we're powerful and that we can change things. And it can help with a feeling of being encouraged. Okay, the fifth oil, I think it's 5, is cedarwood, and it's the oil of community and grounded strength, and it comes from the wood of the oil. So again, this is going to be another tree oil, another grounding, balancing tree oil. Native Americans used cedarwood to combat respiratory infections. Many people still use cedarwood for that same reason. It's great for the respiratory system. It's great to help relieve a tight chest, a cough. It helps to make breathing easier. It's powerful too at breaking up congestion, and it too can help dissolve mucus. It's a stimulant to the circulatory system, but it's sedative to the nervous system. If you've ever smelled straight cedarwood, you're going to know how relaxing an oil in that, and that helps to make Harvest Spice a very inviting, the friendshipy oil from all of those warming oils, but the cedarwood helps it to be a very relaxing, grounding, peaceful, the peaceful portion of this blend. And then cedarwood too, we all know it, that it's so good at repelling both insects and mice and rodents. They hate the smell of cedarwood. So again, if you're going to put, because Harvest Spice has that cedarwood and that eucalyptus, both scents that mice and insects don't like. It's going to be beautiful to put around your openings, put on cotton balls where you've seen insects or rodents in the past. Emotionally, cedarwood is a tree oil, so it's grounding, it's calming, it's reassuring, and helps in opening up the emotions. Cedarwood is great to use after a hard day's work, and so Harvest Spice will be too. It's great to use during yoga to help you relax deeper. It's an excellent oil for meditation and clarity of mind. It helps, cedarwood helps when you're feeling lonely. So, maybe you're celebrating the holidays. I talked about having children in school. Maybe all your children are gone. It's just you and your husband. Maybe it's just you, right? And so cedarwood, if you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling disconnected, because Harvest Spice has cedarwood in it, it's going to be a beautiful blend to help you feel more connected. Cedarwood, because it's calming, and Harvest Spice, because of all those warming oils in it, is going to help us better get along with other people. It can help, cedarwood can help calm anger and anxious feelings. Cedarwood can help bring about feelings of forgiveness. It can help us find and maintain balance. It can help calm down a desire to do reckless things. Calm down the desire to do reckless things. Hallelujah, that cedarwood is in our Harvest Spice. So we're going into the holiday season. We'd want that. It can quiet our mind when our mind is going over and over and again the same details, analyzing things over and over again, or worrying about things over and over again. It can help us feel help us feel focused, not scattered. Help us feel focused when we've been feeling a little scattered. Cedarwood can help bring our brain power back into balance. It's also helped. We mentioned how cedarwood is good at breaking up congestion, so it also helps to break up the congestion and clutter that could be in our minds and emotional blocks that we might have as well. It can help remove patterns in families that we've been stuck in perhaps for generations. It can give us the strength that we need in times of crisis to stay strong, refusing to lose confidence, refusing when things are going bad to lose faith. It's an excellent oil to bolster us when we're going into strange or unfamiliar situations. I think a lot of life right now is a new situation. Cedarwood is really good for those who feel like they have to do everything by themselves, helping us see that we have a support system around us. Our family support, our community support, our religious and heavenly support. Cedarwood is beautiful for those who have a hard time forming social bonds. And honestly, I love it in the Harvest blend because the gathering oil, all these warming, friendshiping, even romancing oils are in here. Romance building oils. Okay, and those are the emotional and physical benefits of cedarwood. We're going to be going on to nutmeg. Now, nutmeg is not one that you can buy exclusively from doTERRA. It's one that is only found in blends. A little nutmeg goes a very, very long way. Nutmeg supports the adrenal glands, giving us increased vitality and increased ability to cope with stress. Nutmeg is great for the digestive system. It helps with a sluggish digestion, poor assimilation of nutrients, nausea, vomiting, loss of appetite, or bad breath. Well, the cassia and cinnamon in this would help with bad breath too. But so maybe if you're suffering that, this is Harvest spice is not one that you're going to ingest, but you can definitely put it in some coconut oil. Put that on the bottoms of your feet and let that kind of soak into your body and help with the digestion. Or you can just put that straight onto your digestive system, right? As we're digesting our food better, we are going to have better breath. So put a couple of drops of the Harvest spice into 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Rub that on your stomach. It's going to help with your digestion. The cinnamon, the clove, the nutmeg is going to help with that. Nutmeg also supports and strengthens the immune system. It helps increase circulation, and because it increases circulation, it can improve the function of joints and muscles, and it can improve concentration and mental alertness. And the last physical gift of nutmeg is that it boosts our brain health. The emotional benefits of nutmeg are that it rekindles the fire in us, and it helps us to bring back our passion for life. If you're just feeling listless, or you're feeling deflated or down, just remembering and rekindling your passions, your why are you doing what you're doing, can be very supportive, and nutmeg can help with that. The positive properties, hold on. It can help lift the weight of the world off of our shoulders, letting us rise from situations and challenges. Nutmeg is great for stress, so I love that it's in our Harvest spice oil, and it can boost our compassion for other people's emotional traumas and struggles. So again, a very come together oil. I can see why doTERRA chose to have nutmeg essential oil in Harvest spice, their gathering blend. Now, the last oil that we'll be talking about is cinnamon essential oil. It's the oil of passion. Remember, it's that super amount of oil, like the big brother to cassia. Very, very similar in the way it looks, very similar in the way it acts as well. It boosts our immune system. It helps balance out our blood sugar. It's a warming oil, so it's great for tight or painful muscles. It helps with circulation. Again, because it's a warming oil, it's an aphrodisiac. So we have 3 aphrodisiac oils in here. It's also great to put cinnamon bark essential oil, which is in the Harvest spice, and so you can do this with Harvest spice too. Put a couple drops into 2 tablespoons coconut oil. Rub that on your toenails for good toenail health. Emotionally, cinnamon oil too is one that can help us set and keep healthy boundaries. It encourages us to be honest and vulnerable in our relationships, which when we can achieve honesty, when we don't have to fear vulnerability, and when that is welcomed, our relationships just rise. It helps people feel safe and protected and secure. It can help us get over a fear of rejection. It can help cinnamon oil, which is in this Harvest blend, can help calm jealousy. Oh my gracious, just for that reason, it'd be great for when there's family gatherings. Sometimes there's little jealousies or big that come into play when people get together, whether it's families getting together or friends getting together or work getting together. there's always that chance of jealousy. And so I love that cinnamon oil in this harvest blend can help calm that jealousy down. It can help calm down the need to control. It's great for helping us embrace our uniqueness, our inner beauty. It helps us get over body shame. It helps us get over shame about our looks. And again, embracing our inner beauty. We are all children of God, and God made each and every one of us beautiful. Beautiful. Okay? It helps us when we hit barriers. Maybe we're working toward a goal and we hit different setbacks. It helps us to overcome those setbacks. Again, being the Superman, not letting other people's words stop us, not letting our own thoughts stop us. We're going to get out of our own way. We're going to go on to achieve our goals. Cassia is a great oil when you need to feel protected. So just as a little bit of a recap on this harvest blend, you have 3 warming oils. Warming, friendshiping, and when you think warming oil, I want you to think friendshiping or even romancing. The cassia, the cinnamon, the clove. You have a calming oil, the cedarwood. You have an opening, uplifting oil, the eucalyptus. You have oils great for the respiratory system, eucalyptus and cedarwood. You have oils great for the digestive system, the cassia, nutmeg, and clove. You have oils great for pain in here, emotional and physical pain, the cassia, eucalyptus, and clove. And you have each and every one of the oils in this blend, the cassia, the eucalyptus, the clove, the nutmeg, the cinnamon, the cedarwood. They are all immune boosting oils. Immune boosting oils. So, Harvest Spice, again, is in a blend from doTERRA that you cannot get all year. You would want to use it all year. I understand that because of all of its emotional and physical benefits, but you can't get it all year. So there's actually a limit on what you can get. You can get up to 4 right now in doTERRA. I can't remember how much they cost. I think it's like in the 20s. But hop on. I will put the link on so you can buy the Harvest Spice blend. And if you haven't bought, the different oils that we're diffusing this week, you can hop on and buy those oils too. So that's all about the emotional and physical benefits of Harvest Spice, the blend that doTERRA makes. The blend that we've been diffusing the whole entire week is 2 drops of Siberian Fir, the oil of aging and perspective. 2 drops of cilantro, the oil, 1 drop only of cilantro, the oil of releasing control, and then 2 to 3 drops of lavender essential oil, the oil of communication and calmness and contemplation. The song for the entire week is I Hear a Symphony from the Supremes. And the affirmation for today is I forgive others for not being aware of how I can be loved. And the affirmation for the entire week, going into the weekend and probably forever with this affirmation, is I am consciously forgiving myself and others. Okay, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils and Health Matters, reminding us all that we have this incredible power within us, with God, to make every day a great day. Bye-bye.